This all sounds great, Chuck, but when I've been negotiating and you're forced into a positional situation, what do you do?
The first thing you do is step back and remember that the force is coming from within you as your thoughts and assumptions about what you must do. Just because somebody you're negotiating with chooses to be positional does not mean you need to respond in a positional way. In fact, you're far more powerful if you're collaborative, regardless of whether they reciprocate or not. The key thing is to be collaborative in a way that does not expose you to being abused or manipulated. So you need to recognize gambits that positional negotiators use to try and draw you into a positional conversation and choose not to go there. Anything you do that's collaborative, by definition, is good for you. It's good for the content of the negotiation, regardless of what stakeholder you are, and it's good for them if they choose to reciprocate. If they choose not to, they will get less value out of the conversation than they might, but they don't necessarily harm you. Sometimes you're in a setting where you can't persuade people for cultural or reasons or their personal capabilities to become more collaborative, or they may feel defensive or vulnerable to criticism by their boss if they were to do something like that, in which case you may need to help them overcome that or work with it. Sometimes you're demanded to give a price, and price is the essential thing, but even if it's down to price, we need to talk about what's a fair price, what are the precedents you're dealing with, what interests of yours are affected by what the price is, does the price vary depending upon the option, the package of terms we negotiate for how we apply the price. You can just continue to expand that conversation no matter how positional somebody else is. So it's a process of becoming self-aware, becoming skillful, and being able to anticipate the kinds of problems that a positional negotiator will raise so that you can defend yourself but still keep the conversation expansive and invite them in. Research shows that 4 to 5 negotiators follow the lead of the other negotiator. So if you're clear about your process and you are truly skillful at making it collaborative, you will find more often than not, and to many people's surprise, that you can bring an individual you thought was positional along with you into a more collaborative conversation. And that's one of the things we specialize in helping teams do when they feel like they're confronting a very difficult negotiation.